know me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah, talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regret, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you son. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you son. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Hello, Mel, 504 NOLA, Lillian X in the house. All right, Jeff ATL, Buckhorst DC, Joel L. Bay is in the house. All right, let's get into it, Claudette. QW is in the house. All right, my aunt Egypt, just anticipate, Emperor Rex, Dario, Chuck. It's Bree to you, we the people, that Crazy Beach Aries. All right, so shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuning into the Queen, and a big shout out to my moderators putting in work. All right, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so now let's get into it because oh, and also she has a beard oil. Okay, so let's get into this because they're accusing Kristi Noem of posting a doctored video. Okay, trying to make it look as though a young black man was threatening ICE. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is facing questions after her department's official X account reposted a TikTok video of a group of black youths apparently threatening ICE agents that may not carry its original caption. Now, the official DHS account posted the video on Friday, which features an on-screen message that reads, "ICE, we're on the way. Word in the streets, cartels put a $50,000 bounty on y'all." Now, mind you, this is not what was initially on the video. So Noem herself claimed that rug cartels were placing bounties on agents' heads in an interview with Fox and Friends earlier this month. So the department's own comment in its post declared FAFO, like F around and find out. Okay, if you threaten, this is what they said. And I want y'all to pay attention because it seems to me like Trump's administration, they're more into social media clout than anything as it pertains to upholding the law, conducting investigations, making sure the economy's getting back in line. Okay, and this is all so crazy because here's what they said. FAFO. If you threaten or lay hands on our law enforcement officers, we will hunt you down and you will find out really quick. We'll see you cowards soon. So posting threats, okay, on social media is what they're doing. So, however, social media users soon claimed to have tracked down the original version of the video and alleged that it was first uploaded with an entirely different caption in which the participants jokingly threatened Iran, not U.S. federal immigration agents. Okay, do y'all hear this? What do y'all have to say about this BS? What do y'all have to say about it? Now, hold on, because here's the thing. I want you all to see what they posted, what the Department of Homeland Security posted on their site. Let's go to it. They posted on their account. Let's go to it. These people are a whole hot mess. Now, this is what they posted. It says, we have the receipts. Okay, listen to the lingo they're using. They said, we have the receipts. This young man posted violent threats of murder against our law enforcement. He then deleted it when he was called out and attempted to deny all wrongdoing. We have the receipts, and the internet is forever. The willful ignorance and intentional blindness by leading Democrats to the massive increase in violent rhetoric against our agents due to their actions is both disgusting and disappointing. Violence against our agents and officers must stop. Now, like I said, people have said this video was clearly doctored. Okay? Said it was clearly doctored. And right here, they pointed out. Okay, hold on. They say people who trust and believe the government are fools. These videos were made on the same day back in June. Look at the TikTok accounts for each video circled in red. They are posted from two different accounts. Notice the track behind them is the same. Now they say the person has the same black shirt and gray bottoms with the same black backpack. The person has the same black outfit. The person has the same outfit. Okay, they keep saying that over and over. Why is the Department of Homeland Security gaslighting us to believe the clothing and background are different in these videos? They are not, and not explaining why the TikTok accounts are different. Okay, do you all notice any differences? Because first off, where's the person with the red do-rag or hat or whatever that is on that he has on his head? Where is he in this picture? Where is he in this picture? This guy right here is standing in the back in this picture. And where's this person right here? In this picture, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and this one they clearly have 6. So, they're saying it was doctored. But what do you all think? What do you all have to say about it? But don't wait, there's more. There's more. Let's get into it. And the young man actually came out and spoke himself, okay, about him being accused of it and how the FBI is now involved.
This has gone way beyond too far. The Department of Homeland Security, the same agency sworn to protect Americans, just reposted a video of a young black man and completely twisted his words. They edited his video to make it look like he was threatening ICE agents. They captioned it, "We have the receipts." This is not a joke. It's a smear campaign from our own government. Imagine waking up to find the US government telling 300 million people that you are a terrorist. He's been doxxed, he's been harassed, he's been hunted, and DHS still has it posted on their official X account. And what's worse, people are saying, and are going to be saying, they are not surprised. This is a huge problem. We should be living in a world where this is shocking and where the people responsible are held accountable. This is exactly how dictatorships start. Not with soldiers in the streets, but with propaganda built on ordinary citizens. And this young man, they aren't just trying to ruin his reputation, they are trying to and are actively destroying his life. If the state can manipulate a video to fit its story, they can do this to any one of us. But most importantly, when they target a young black man and a community already oppressed and profiled, it exposes exactly what kind of system we're living under. And yes, there will be people saying, "I don't understand because I'm white." And they're right, I'll never understand. But what I do understand is that we cannot and we will not let this keep happening.
Okay, so you all heard that. And also, by the way, as I told you, the young man did come out and respond to all of this. I'm going to play that video, but before I do, I'm going to play Joy Reid's video. Now, I edited her video only because I clipped out the part where he spoke about it, because I actually already had the video at the time, and so I just edited that part out. Okay, but here we go. This is what she had to say about the whole thing.
Hey fam, so the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem's outfit, is now weaponizing social media against the American people and putting Americans' lives at risk. The Department of Homeland Security ex-Twitter account posted this video purporting to show a group of young black men threatening ICE agents, saying there's a $50,000 bounty on your heads and, we're coming for you. And then they make a threat back and say that if you threaten ICE agents, we're coming to get you. Well, it turns out the video is an AI fake. An astute user on X-Twitter noticed that the Homeland Security video, which is a TikTok video, they've actually changed the caption on the video. The original TikTok video has a completely different caption that's not about ICE at all. It's about Iran. They even changed the music. That's how you know it was re-edited, because the musical track on the clip is different. The caption is completely different. And they've essentially used this young man's video in order to create a fake appearance, a fake threat against ICE from young black men. So they've weaponized anti-blackness. They've weaponized a lie that these federal agents are being threatened and that there's a bounty on their heads, which they've apparently made up. And they're using anti-blackness in order to create this fake sense of threat. That is your government using your resources, your tax dollars, in order to weaponize American social media to get those Americans death threats, because that's what's happening to this young man. Here's a little bit of his video in which he talks about the fact that since this video has gone viral, he's now getting death threats. Take a listen.
Was something that I didn't do.
So this is insane. First of all, that young man should sue, paging Ben Crump, or any lawyers that want to try to represent him. He should absolutely sue. But secondly, the fact that your government is actually creating this false sense of threat using your social media, that should ring alarms for you. And secondly, it is those federal agents, or whatever they are, that are masked, showing up in regular clothes, gang tackling people in the streets, not showing their faces, not showing warrants, busting into people's homes, grabbing people who have their children with them, going into school pickup lines. They're the ones who are presenting the threat. They're the ones who are terrorizing Americans, violating the 4th and 5th Amendment rights. They're the ones who are busting into people's homes. They're the ones who are presenting the threat. They've crashed into people's cars and then arrested the people in the cars that they hit. There's been a drunk driving incident. These people are out of control, and yet they want you to believe that the real threat is young black men who are threatening ICE agents. Something they've invented by stealing this young man's content. If your government can steal your content in order to weaponize a falsity, a lie against Americans, in order to get Americans' lives, in order to get Americans, death threats, threatening their lives, that's your government doing that to you. What else could they do using your social media in order to create fictions and lies that they could use against the American people? Wake up. This government is dangerous. This regime is incredibly, incredibly dangerous and malevolent, and they are weaponizing your government against you. Hopefully that young man is safe. We're looking to interview him on the Joy Reid Show. I will keep you posted on whether we're able to get in touch with him. But young man, stay safe, young brother, because this is what the government is now. He had no idea this was even coming. He didn't ask for this, but here we are. Stay safe out there, everybody. Stay woke.
Okay, so you all heard this. So out here doctoring videos and whatnot. Now this isn't the first time, because you all must also recall that fake picture. Remember when they were having the controversy about Abrego Garcia being deported, and they had the fake picture that was clearly photoshopped. Okay, saying that he was MS-13 written on his knuckles. It was all fake. See, I told you all that AI is dangerous, and I told you all years ago, okay, and even more recently, this year too, that they're going to be using AI to do all kind of shenanigans. Okay, to fool us, to mix lies with truth, to hide the truth with lies, and all kinds of things. So there's no surprise whatsoever. And here's the thing, Kristi Noem has been involved in other controversies. Let's talk about a few of them. In 2022, a South Dakota ethics board found sufficient information that Noem may have engaged in misconduct when she intervened in her daughter's application for a real estate appraiser license. The same board referred a separate matter concerning her use of state-owned aircraft for possible further investigation. Advocacy group Common Cause documented what they described as secret payments and self-dealing, claiming that during her time as governor, she funneled donations into a personal LLC and failed to fully disclose income on federal ethics forms. Okay, sounds like she's quite the little criminal, or at the very least unethical. Noem publicly claimed that cartels had a presence on several tribal reservations in South Dakota. The same thing, conveniently, I want you to please pay attention, the same thing that's on that young man's video that's allegedly doctored. And the title's been changed. Okay? Talking about cartels got 50,000 on y'all heads. When he originally said something about Iran, nothing about cartels. So I find this definitely interesting that she claimed publicly that cartels had a presence on several tribal reservations in South Dakota, and that certain tribal leaders were personally benefiting from that. Now, as a result, multiple tribes, including the Ocala Soy tribe, and the Rosebud tribe, okay, and several others, they banned her from entering their lands. Okay, they banned her from entering their lands because she's just a liar who lies. Metro Man said that's videos from June, so why is it resurfacing in October? Intentional. And let's not forget her entire book was proven to be a lie, liar's lie. I find it also interesting, honey. Yeah, she apparently has been telling some lies. Thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, so I'm just saying, this lady, I don't think that anyone could put anything past her. Okay? I don't think that anyone should put anything past her. But let's continue. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, so here we go. So, goes on to say, in her memoir, No Going Back, Noem recounted shooting and killing a young hunting dog and a goat that she deemed dangerous. The story generated substantial media attention and criticism. Now, you know them people don't play about their dogs. And she's talking about she killed a young hunting dog and a goat. She also claims to have been scheduled to meet Emmanuel Macron, but canceled after he allegedly made a very pro-Hamas and anti-Israel comments, an account which was disputed by the palace, by the Elysee Palace. So y'all hear this? This lady is something else as far as I'm concerned. She is something else. Hold on. I'm trying to read this comment. Who is that pig chick with the above all that drama? Said, who is that pig chick with the duck mouth? Above all that drama, please stop. So anyway, this woman, like I said, she's had a whole lot going on. Talking about cartels on tribal reservations in South Dakota. And she named a bunch of tribes. Like I said, the Agala Sioux tribe, Rosebud Sioux tribe, Cheyenne River Sioux tribe, and several others. And then so much so, she was lying so much so clearly that they banned her from entering their lands. The tribal leader said her comments perpetuated harmful stereotypes and lacked evidence. Okay, so it looks like she's just a liar who lies. Please pay attention. It looks like she could be lying on this young man. And, like I said, the videos clearly don't add up. They clearly don't add up. Now, so with that all being said, let's talk about this young man who was arrested. Oh, hold on. Before we get into that, let's talk about the Mexican gangs offering the $50,000 bounties for the ICE agents, because that's another thing they've been saying. Yeah, that's another story they've been telling. And I guess they wanted to use the young black man's video to further confirm these allegations. Y'all see that?
Oh my gosh, Susan, your boys are getting so big. How do you manage to keep them all?
Let's get into it. So, federal law enforcement officials suspect Mexican criminal organizations are funding a scheme, they say, to pay thousands of dollars in cash bounties for the killings of U.S. immigration and customs enforcement agents, with payouts allegedly increasing based on an employee's rank in actions. Now, this sounds so ridiculous to me. Okay, the Department of Homeland Security on Tuesday announced the alleged bounty system offers $2,000 for gathering intelligence or doxing the agents, including photos and family details, and then $5,000 to $10,000 for kidnapping or non-lethal assaults on standard immigration officers, and up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials. These people need to be ashamed of themselves. Do you all believe any of this? Because I clearly don't. Okay? Major Man said, Queen, when she got backlash, she claimed the dog was Hamas. The dog really, y'all. The dog. The dog, really, y'all? The dog. No, she didn't, Major Man. I know you lying. Please tell me she didn't say that. These people are crazy. Thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. So she said they're offering anywhere up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials. Now, under President Donald Trump and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, every criminal terrorist and illegal alien will face American justice. That's what DHS wrote in a statement on X. The announcement came after the Washington Examiner first reported the Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, uncovered gangs in Chicago and were offered up to said the gangs in Chicago were offered up to $50,000 to assassinate the high-ranking ICE officials. So if somebody offered gangs in Chicago that kind of money and they didn't do it, so they came back and told you all that somebody offered them the money to help y'all out, like, please stop. This is so crazy. They say gang members in Chicago's Pilsen and Little Village neighborhoods have positioned armed spotters on rooftops to monitor law enforcement activity, according to outlets. Communication is conducted via radio, according to the DEA officials. Now, where did they get this information from? Where's the proof and receipts? Now, on October the 6th, federal agents in Chicago arrested a suspected Latin Kings leader accused of offering payments to capture or kill a senior immigration officer involved in Operation Midway Blitz, a sweeping crackdown on those who sought refuge under the city's sanctuary policies. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois unsealed a criminal complaint charging 37-year-old Juan Espinoza Martinez with one count of murder for hire. DHS identified the intended target as Commander at Large of the U.S. Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino. They say depraved individuals like Juan Espinoza Martinez, who do not value human life and threaten law enforcement, do not belong in this country. This is what DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin wrote in a statement, saying, "We will not allow criminal gangs to put hits on U.S. government officials and our law enforcement officers. Thanks to ICE and our federal law enforcement partners, this thug is off our streets and behind bars." So people are really threatening them. This is crazy work. I thought they were just making it all up, but they might be getting threatened for real. Fox News Digital previously reported 2 illegal immigrants were arrested in Illinois for allegedly weaponizing their vehicles in deliberate attempts to ram and injure ICE officers, according to DHS. They say DHS announced on October the 3rd, federal agents had arrested more than 1,000 illegal immigrants in Illinois as part of Operation Midway Blitz. Now, the operation, led by ICE and Border Patrol, launched September the 8th in honor of Katie Abraham, killed in a drunk drive and hit-and-run crash in Illinois earlier this year, allegedly caused by an illegal immigrants from Guatemala. They say the initiative was designed to take the worst of the worst off the streets of Chicago and other parts of the state, according to DHS. Ooh, honey, so they said the Mexican cartels and the gangs have hits out. What do you all think? Do y'all believe it? Do y'all believe it? Because here's my thing. If they're saying that they were threatened by Latin kings who are clearly not black, why is Kristi Noem posting alleged doctored videos of a young black man? I have several questions. Okay? I have several questions. And as far as I'm concerned, we can't believe anything they say because they're just liars who lie. Okay? They are just liars who lie. And it's really sad and pathetic. But also, did you all know that Kristi Noem is currently under investigation? She's under a congressional investigation. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Here's what they have to say. Joint congressional investigation launched in response to ProPublica's revelations on detained Americans. Senators, House members, and even a mayor expressed outrage and demanded accountability after our investigation detailed how at least 170 citizens have been held by immigration agents this year. I want you all to pay attention. This is all so crazy. Okay, this is all so crazy. April, thank you for being a member for 11 months, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Now listen to this. Democrats in the House and Senate announced plans for a wide-ranging investigation into immigration agents' detention of citizens after a ProPublica story found that more than 170 Americans have been held by immigration officials this year. Minority leaders of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee and the Senate's Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations said the joint investigation into the detention of U.S. citizens and other allegations of misconduct by immigration agents would include a hearing in Los Angeles. Over 170 U.S. citizens are being arrested. Why? Because they look like me, because they are of Latino origin. This is what one of them said. Or because they are suspected to not be a U.S. citizen, or because they are suspected of crimes they have not committed. This is what Representative Robert Garcia of California, the ranking Democrat on the House committee, said during a Monday press conference in Los Angeles with Mayor Karen Bass. Now, Garcia said the investigators are demanding all records and documents showing how U.S. citizens are being treated by immigration officials in Los Angeles and around the country. They say, we want to understand what they are doing in our neighborhoods, how it's being funded, he said. Our investigation found that at least 50 citizens have been detained based on questions about their citizenship as of October the 5th. They were almost all Latino. Roughly 130 others have been detained after raids or protests or on allegations of assaulting officers or interfering with arrest. Many of those cases have wilted under scrutiny. We found Americans have been dragged, tackled, beaten, tased, and shot by immigration agents. At least 24 citizens have reported being held for at least a day without access to a phone or a lawyer. Do you all hear this? This is absolutely nefarious. Now, Bass and Garcia said the mistreatment of citizens has come amid the arrest of immigrants reporting for check-ins and immigration court, and the administration's repeated blocking of congressional attempts to visit and conduct oversight in federal detention facilities in like the one in Los Angeles. They say it's important that we say today that what is happening to undocumented residents is also happening to U.S. citizens. Sorry, say what? Didn't I tell you all this was going to happen? Didn't I tell you all this was going to happen? Didn't I say it? Didn't I say it? Sadly, I knew it would come to this. I'm not surprised at all. Also happening to U.S. citizens, which means this can happen to anyone, to all of us at any period of time. Bass said. They say the article also prompted members of Congress to write to the Department of Homeland Security. And in one letter that was sent on Monday to DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, Garcia, and Senator Richard Blumenthal, it said citizens in cities like Los Angeles have borne the brunt of the administration's aggressive immigration enforcement. They say the impact of these arrests has not been evenly distributed across the country. And cities like Chicago, Portland, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles have been targeted. This is what Garcia and Blumenthal wrote. Troubling the pattern of U.S. citizen arrests coincides with an alarming increase in racial profiling, particularly of Latinos, which has been well documented in Los Angeles. Every time I hear them say something about the Latinos and this immigration and how they're being so mistreated and all of that, all I keep hearing in my head is Latinos for Trump, Latinos for Trump. I just keep hearing that play over and over in my head. How forlorn they must feel to see that this is where it's come to. Okay, after all of that praising they were doing. After all of that praising they were doing. And I don't say that to clown or mock them. I say it because it is sad that they thought they could depend on this government, to help give them a leg up, so to speak. But no, they put them down instead. But let me continue. They say DHS has not replied to previous letters asked about the concerns
from elected leaders. DHS spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin rejected claims that immigration agents have been engaging in racial profiling. She said in a statement to ProPublica that a temporary ruling by the Supreme Court in September had vindicated the administration, whether Mayor Bass or Representative Garcia liked it or not. DHS enforces federal immigration law without fear, favor, or prejudice, she wrote. Claims by the media, agitators, and sanctuary politicians like Mayor Bass and Representative Garcia that ICE is targeting U.S. citizens, making unconstitutional arrests, and trampling on civil liberties are false. Yeah, well, she's lying because that's absolutely what people are reporting that they're doing. And I believe the people, not the government. Now, White House Deputy Press Secretary Abigail Jackson told ProPublica in an email that unhinged rhetoric from activists and Democrat politicians were responsible for an increase in assaults on ICE officers. On social media, Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller derided Bass's press conference as abject lies. That's what Miller says. Now, violent leftists, they say, have been arrested and charged with illegally obstructing federal law enforcement, a felony. That's what Miller wrote on X Monday night. He said, let that sink in. Open borders. Democrats have incited leftists to violently attack ICE. Now, I find it all interesting that he keeps accusing the left of inciting violence when that's what they've been doing the entire time, specifically after Charlie Kirk's assassination. Well, they just keep gaslighting and deflecting and projecting, specifically Miller. Of the cases we tracked through October the 5th, we found nearly 50 instances where charges have never been filed or the cases were dismissed. Our count found at least 8 citizens have pleaded guilty, mostly to misdemeanors, including for failing to follow orders. Others are still facing charges for more serious accusations, including for allegedly ramming an agent's car. The driver has pleaded not guilty. Our account did not count citizens arrested later after some sort of judicial process or those detained by local law enforcement or the National Guard. That included cases of some people charged with serious crimes like throwing rocks or tossing a flare to start a fire. Well, so this whole congressional investigation was launched because of the in response to the article that they put out. Find it all interesting. Now, there was something came out the other day. It says, who is this from? Congress of the United States. We write regarding the disturbing and increasingly frequent reports of unconstitutional detentions. Oh, hold on. Let's look at this. This is interesting. This says October 20th, 2025, via email. The Honorable Kristi Noem, Secretary, U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Okay, hold on. This is a letter, I guess, this is a letter to Kristi Noem. Let's look at this. Okay, let's look at this because these people are definitely under scrutiny. Okay, so here's what it says. First of all, it's addressed to Kristi Noem. Dear Secretary Noem, we write regarding the disturbing and increasingly frequent reports of unconstitutional detentions of U.S. citizens by agents of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, okay, and Customs and Border Protection, often using disproportionate force. Reports of excessive, shocking behavior by CBP and ICE agents directed at U.S. citizens have been rampant under the current administration. As the ranking members of the U.S. Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations and the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, we're conducting a bicameral inquiry into the increasing detention of U.S. citizens by federal immigration agents. We write to request information and records regarding your department's detention of U.S. citizens from the start of President Trump's term. Do you all hear this? Do you all hear this? I find it all very interesting. Now, since his inauguration, President Trump has embraced the use of federal immigration agents to terrorize communities nationwide, whose politics he disfavors, a campaign that has increasingly ensnared U.S. citizens. It was reported last week that more than 170 U.S. citizens have been detained by federal immigration agents in the last 9 months, a count that includes nearly 130 citizens arrested for allegedly assaulting or impeding officers, charges that are often dismissed or wilt away under scrutiny, and more than 50 citizens held after federal immigration agents questioned their citizenship. Do y'all hear this? See, this is how you know these people are doing too darn much. Okay, they are doing too darn much. And at the end of the day, there should absolutely be some sort of consequences. Okay, as far as I'm concerned. DJ Big Six said, I wonder why they don't just self-deport. DJ Big Six, why don't you just self-deport? Okay, you need to stop it. Why don't you just self-deport, beloved? How about that? Okay, how about that? You need to sit down somewhere. So anyway, this is all interesting. All very interesting. So with that all being said, let's continue. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Hold on, where was I at? Where was I at? And then I want you all to pay attention too, because when they talk about they say we're conducting a bicameral inquiry into the increasing detention of U.S. citizens by federal immigration agents. Okay, so they're basically talking about two branches or chambers. Okay, that's the type of investigation they're doing, honey. This is all problematic for Kristi Noem. Now, with that all being said, goes on to say this number, however, is at best a gross undercount, as news stories of ICE and CBP agents detaining U.S. citizens on the flimsiest of rationales emerge daily. Not the flimsiest of rationales. Do y'all hear it? In other words, saying that they're grasping at straws, no less. Now, the impact of these arrests has not been evenly distributed across the country, and cities like Chicago, Portland, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles have been targeted heavily by ICE and CBP. Okay, so basically, this is the same thing that was in the article, so I don't have to read this whole thing. But what I will say is, I find it interesting. Okay, they say to assist our committees understanding the CBP and ICE's increasing detention of U.S. citizens through the use of disproportionate force and fundamentally flawed rationales, please provide the following information to PSI and House Oversight by November the 3rd of 2025. Now, these are some of the things they want them to hand over. Okay, this must be the receipts that they're asking for. Number one, the total number of U.S. citizens that have been detained by CBP, ICE, or any DHS component agency from January the 20th, 25 to present. Number two, all of the U.S. citizens detained by CBP, ICE, or any DHS component agency from January the 20th, 2025 to the present for more than 24 hours, including the length of their detention, why they were detained, by which DHS components, okay? And a detailed description of the rationale for the arrest and extended detention. Number three, a detailed description of training ICE and CBP agents received concerning how to determine whether an individual is a U.S. citizen. Now, that's where they're going to get them right there. That's where they're going to get them right there. What kind of training do they receive? Because all we've been seeing is them just going up to people because they look like they may be from a foreign land and just questioning them off the bat. So how do they go about determining whether or not someone is a U.S. citizen or not? Okay? They're absolutely out here profiling people. Number 4, a detailed description regarding training ICE and CBP agents receive concerning the recognition of counterfeit identity documents such as real IDs and passports. And number 5, a detailed description regarding training ICE and CBP agents receive concerning the use of force. In addition, please provide PSI and House Oversight with the following records by November the 3rd of 2025, and any subsequent records are responsive to these requests on a bi-weekly basis thereafter. Honey, they're going to be checking in on them. Okay, so number 1, all records related to the detention of U.S. citizens by ICE or CBP agents from January 2025 to the present. Okay, so basically, I think they're just reiterating what they have already said. But y'all see that? Y'all see that? Okay, somebody's in trouble. Somebody's got some splaining to do. Okay, I'll say that much. Somebody definitely has some explaining to do. Oh, but wait a minute. Did you all hear about that ICE agents? Darn it, I meant to pull up that video. I forgot to cue that video for you all because there was an ICE agent who supposedly got into some trouble and was arrested for something nefarious. I don't even remember what it was. Anyway, we'll get into that at another time. But now let's talk about this young black man who was found in a coma, who went into a coma after he had been in custody of the police. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. Young man by the name of Antonio Hendricks. I'm going to share my screen.
Felt like, okay, I'm in good hands. I'm not just another person looking to make a buck off of me.
Questions surround what sent an 18-year-old to the hospital with a traumatic brain injury because he had spent less than a day in the Oklahoma County jail.
And the next time his family saw him, he was in the hospital. News 4's Lauren Henry spoke with the young man's mother.
Antonio Hendricks spent less than 24 hours at the Oklahoma County jail. Now he's in a coma, fighting for his life. His family still searching for answers.
My primary question is what happened to my son and who did it.
According to court documents, Antonio Hendricks was pulled over for improper lane use near Southeast 44th and Sunny Lane. Police ended up arresting Hendricks after finding a gun in his waistband. They say he also didn't have a valid driver's license. We requested the body cam footage of the moments Oklahoma police officers took Hendricks into custody. It appears he is talking and walking normally. We know he made it to the county jail where this mugshot was taken.
The last call we received from Antonio was about 11:45 a.m. The next call I received was at 6:14 p.m. saying that my son was in intensive care at SSM Midtown.
According to Mark Opgrand with the Oklahoma County Jail, Hendricks was booked into the jail at 7:15 Friday night. Hendricks' mother, Clovia Long, says the family paid the 18-year-old's bond that evening.
That jail had told us that they can have a 24 to 48-hour process to process him out.
Normally, this is what Hendricks looks like. The next time his mother saw him, he was hospitalized.
Antonio has heavily been sedated, placed in a coma. He's doing better. They didn't find any more bleeds in the brain, but he still has a long way to go.
But how he ended up with a traumatic brain injury remains a mystery. His family is desperate to find out what happened to him after this photo was taken. The Oklahoma City Police Department tells us their records indicate Hendricks had no injuries or medical needs when they took him to the jail. He spent the next 19 hours behind bars under the supervision of jailers, and the spokesman for the jail tells us Hendricks was officially released from their custody Saturday afternoon at 2:25. Less than 30 minutes after the jail says he was released, Hendricks was in St. Anthony Hospital's emergency room.
I was told by the physicians here at St. Anthony's that Tonio was transported via IMSA, and that it was the jail that called IMSA and released him to IMSA.
Jail officials have given us little information about this case, only saying an individual who was recently booked into our facility was transported to the hospital upon release. Hendricks' mother says their family has been left in the dark.
No mother wants to see their child laying in a bed with tubes in their throat. My baby can't speak to me. As of right now, I can't even touch him. I can't kiss him because they don't want him agitated to cause him any further complications. So I'm just stuck here wondering, what may be my son's outcome.
In Oklahoma City, Lauren Henry, Oklahoma's News 4.
Now, we requested all security camera footage of Antonio Hendricks while he was inside the Oklahoma County Jail. A jail spokesperson told us it's their protocol to not release that type of video from inside the facility. However, we then sent the spokesperson several examples from the past where jail officials did release video from inside their facility. So far, our request has not been fulfilled.
So that's how you know they have something to hide. That's how you know they have something to hide. They don't want to release the footage. They're saying that they don't normally do that, but they have done it for them before. So why are they not willing to do it now? Because they clearly have something to hide. Okay? Because they're clearly lying about something. Some type of cover-up is likely going on, in my opinion. Okay? And first of all, it seems like they did something to him, and then to try to elude or evade responsibility, they released him and then called an ambulance. That's what that sounds like. So they don't have any culpability, but where's the video footage? Because surely there is something. Okay, surely there is something. Anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me ask you all this. One's in the chat because I really am tripping. Did I show you all the video of the young man explaining what happened to him after they doctored that video? Did I show you all that? I don't think I did, because I think I went into talking about Kristi Noem being under investigation. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if I showed you all that video, because I don't think I did. I went straight into going in on her. Okay, so I didn't show it. Okay, so let me show that now because I almost forgot.
So I'm getting these mad messages from my DMs and social media and on my comments. And I randomly get a text message talking about a recent video that was posted in my account. I was like, what are y'all talking about? By the way, I'm sick, so if I sound weird, yeah. I get threats daily on IG and everywhere all over my social media all of a sudden due to an old video I posted months ago about Iran. That was not to be a threat. It was literally a joke, bro. Like, seriously, it's just content. Anyways, once I seen that video that was posted in my account, then I was like, what the fuck? Well, didn't I post this like months ago? Then I seen the caption, and then I was like, wait, I didn't do that. I still got the video saved on my draft from months ago on TikTok, bro. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Now, here's the fucked up part. The federal government is involved with something that I didn't do. Like, what? So this is what they reposted off my TikTok. That video got taken down. So here's what they reposted on their page. Now that video is going crazy as hell on Twitter, bro. Now I'm a threat to the government with something that I didn't do, bro. I'm being called a wannabe YN, a wannabe gangster over a video that I didn't caption or I didn't post. So thanks for my followers for letting me know about this, because seriously, this is getting out of hand. Like literally, this is going crazy, viral all over social media right now. Probably might end up being on the news, bro. So my apologies for that contradiction and rumors from happening. I know my First Amendment, but I did not post that video. So to clear that out, I did not post that video, and I apologize for all the rumors that is going around right now on social media about this conflict. And those other kids that was on the video, bro, they volunteered to want to be on the video, bro. I asked them if they wanted to be on the video, and then they said, yeah, they agreed with it. But they wasn't really aware with the caption for the Iran video. But that Iran video trend that was going on a few months ago, I wanted to hop on that trend, and I peeped a lot of people was doing the same thing too. So I wanted to be creative and change my perspective. So then I seen comments saying, oh, what if somebody made a YN type of video? So then I ended up making that video. And then I started getting threats. Like, what? How is it my fault that's what y'all wanted?
And so clearly the young man said he didn't do it. All right, he said he didn't do it. And here's the thing. Yeah, Metro Man said they want us outside. Yeah, they do. Okay, they do. I told y'all, honey, they keep trying so hard and desperately to put us in the BS. That is what they are doing, honey. They want us to be involved in it. I told y'all they're going to try everything they can to get us involved. Hold on, beloveds. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Breaking news. Thank you, OG Patrice. Breaking news. Let me just pull this right up. I don't know what's going on, but we're about to see something about Kash Patel.
We are in the news conference on room 260, and we can hit before the president. Yes, there is new information. Statements from the lawyers of the player that was arrested.
A lot of times I run off that longer.
Okay, so supposedly this is Nene said thank you, Nene. Nene said Queen be multitasking her A off. Okay? Thank you. So listen, this is breaking news. They say FBI Director Kash Patel details arrest connected to gambling investigation. Okay. That's what this is supposed to be about. Let me fast forward.
Here in Brooklyn at a future date. The defendants that were arrested here in our area will be arraigned across the street sometime this afternoon. I believe there's about 31 people in custody, and there will be some who will self-surrender. So that's where things stand right now. Okay, so I'm going to go.
Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. I'm going to this other video. Hold on. Here we go.
Case in the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchesi crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Casa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people from money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where guard games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI and this legal team. And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States Attorney to bring this case, because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone of due process. And that's the brilliance of this system. That's the brilliance of this administration. Everyone will be held to account.
These eyes.
These eyes. These.
Did y'all hear that? Did you all hear that, honey? I find it all so interesting. I find it all so interesting. So the press conference is literally about an hour long. Literally about an hour long. I'm not going to play the whole thing. So I find that all very interesting. So they said these are sports athletes and everybody all caught up in this. All caught up in this. This is a hot mess. Okay. All right. DJ Big Six said fraud today. Okay. D Major said, I'm pretty sure this is another distraction. You know, it could be. Michelle said, Epstein files, please invest the energy. Okay. Oh my goodness. Mel said, Trump administration are hypocrites. Aren't they though? Aren't they absolutely just that? This whole thing is real crazy. I want to know who all was arrested. There's no articles about it either. I'm looking for an article. There's nothing but these press conferences as of now. It's about an hour long. I guess I'll have to listen to it after I get out of here. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we're not going to forget about Above All That Drama said total smoke screen queen. Total smoke screen. You know, it could be. And here's the thing though. Cash Patel could be trying to prove that he's qualified for the job, because you know how we've been going in on him about him lacking the qualification and skills to lead the FBI. All right. And he's had some fumbles along the way, clearly. And so maybe this is his way of trying to redeem himself, no less. But y'all are not falling for it. Dorada said deflection at its finest. Release them files. Okay. Well, you know, they better get on the ball. Okay. Lillian X said he's clearly not. OG Patrice said, hold on, that's the wrong comment. OG Patrice said, so far, Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier are involved so far. Isn't that a mess? This is gonna be like huge, okay? If this sticks, it's gonna be huge. A lot of people are gonna be going down. East Miss West said he's still not qualified. Okay, so anyway, listen, I will be back later. Okay, you all please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. And also, if you have not been receiving your notifications, double check to make sure you're still subscribed. I told you all, they unsubscribed like 20 people the other day. I'm not even joking. Okay, and so with that all being said, I will talk to you all again soon. I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got